All right, I'm going to try one more time. The purpose of this, I want to show you how you can find out something about players from warm up. Well, right now we got two athletes warming up for a pro match, and the first thing I'm noticing is both of them are hitting backhands to warm up. One of them on the backhand side, one of them on the forehand side. And this tells me maybe, now without knowing the athletes, you can't make one rule, but this might tell me that both players have a little more confidence in their backhand than their forehand. As you get better and better in racquetball, your backhands tend to be more reliable if you're hitting the ball flat, and there's fewer moving parts on the left. Okay, so now we got the player on the right hitting a backhand ceiling ball, and they're just using their arm, and they mishit the ball. So using just your arm tells me something else. Maybe in a long ceiling rally, they might make a mistake, because if you're using your arm and not your body, that could be an issue. Now we got the player so switching sides, and we get a look at the player on the right's forehand. All right. So what does that tell you? Well, it's got a pretty good looking forehand. Looks good. One of the things I look at is the distance between the ball and the player. It looks like, are they hitting at full extension? Are they? Yes, they are hitting at full extension. All right, so let's go look at the player on the left. Player on the left is a little bit out of sight here, hitting backhand ceiling balls. Again, using their arm, not their body. And I'm looking for a stroke in here. There we go. Okay, so player on the left, backhand, contact points in front of them. All right, and if you look at that player's grip, that's going to tell you that they have the severe Eastern grip on the backhand, and they're going to contact the ball in front of them. With a more Eastern grip, you'd contact the ball within your stance. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means possibly you can jam the ball off the wall into that backhand, or you can hit drive serves at a wider angle. It's a little harder to deal with. For example, if you were to go over, let's say over here, if you were to go over here and hit a drive serve directly into a severe Eastern backhand, the receiver of serve would have a very good angle to return the serve. You come over here and you hit that same serve at a wider angle, it just goes to reason that the racket is on the ball not as not, for a shorter amount of time, milliseconds shorter, but still enough so that angle uh, gives you more scoring possibilities. That's what we're looking for. Now we're looking off the back wall here on the right. And there's a few things that this tells you. All right. See the big wide step? Big wide step. And so if this player makes this shot right here, and you were able to cut the ball and they left it up and you got to the ball, they would not be in good position to get to the next shot. So that gets registered in my brain. All right. Now, again, these are great players and they're going to adjust to the ball. And so you can't make one rule and say, okay, well, that's it. But basically, that's what we're looking at. Another thing we're looking at is how they move to the ball. Are they moving at the ball or are they moving away from the ball? Moving at the ball cuts the distance down between them and the ball and gives you more side walls. Well, what does that mean? Okay, look. So the player's got a shot off here, and they're very close to the ball. Now, this isn't a good example. This is a setup, but let's say that this athlete, or the other one for that matter, it doesn't matter which one, is tracking the ball and they're running right at the ball. And you're on defense. Chances are they're going to have a harder time hitting it down the line. Chances are they're going to want to hit it cross court or hit a side wall. That means you could shade the left on defense and you'd have a two out of three chance of covering the shot. And if they hit it down the line, well, you lost out. If they hit it down the line and leave it up, hey, you still got a chance. You can recover and get to the ball. All right? So those are the kinds of things we're looking at for a warm-up. I'm also looking at seeing where they like the ball. They like the ball about waist high, thigh high, ankle high. Where are they taking the ball? Where do they like to hit it? And what are the mechanics of their swing? Both of these athletes have very good stroke mechanics, so you're not going to be able to blatantly pick on stroke mechanics with these two. So anyway, that tells you a little bit about what I look for pre-match during the warm-up.